Shalom, welcome back. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutations to you brothers that's out there doing this work in sincerity and in truth. It's the brother Bob Rob from GMS Chicago, back with another lesson. And basically, I just want to go into, I know the big topic, big story that's out there is the cusp of World War III and the news about U.S. assassinating multiple leaders from Iran, Iraq, right? And I just want to go into some Bible prophecy, especially since this is the year of prophecy, all right? Deemed by the apostle. We are seeing the Bible literally manifest in real time, if you have eyes to see, all right? Because with what have just currently happened, you have the United States allies basically looking at the U.S., looking at the U.S. with a side eye. Like, what the hell are you doing, right? Because they see the ramifications that can come after what went down with the attack, all right, and the murder. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the scriptures, and hopefully, Lord will, this is edifying. Now, the first scripture I'm going to go to, just bear with me, is in the book of Matthew 12:26. It says, "And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself, and how shall then his kingdom stand?" All right. Now, when you look at what's going on with the U.S. and its allies, and you go through the current news, all right, the geopolitical news, you see the reaction of the UK, the reaction of Germany, the reaction of the European Union, which is spoken about in the Bible. All right, these are part when you get into the prophecy in Daniel, and I'm gonna go straight to the point when I get to that, about the toes and the clay. All right, because you have to realize the United States is going to be viewed as a rogue, basically a rogue person, a lone wolf, outside of the Union itself, basically doing whatever the hell it wants to do. All right, and the allies are going to view the U.S. that way, and through Bible prophecy, come against her, as the scriptures state. Right. So when I read this scripture, because that coalition is what gives them their power. But within, like I said, within all the infighting, they just had a senator, I believe his name is Rand Paul, basically getting on Trump about you don't want a war with Iran. Don't do this alone. Get approval, this, that, and the other. So it's a lot of segregation and divisiveness going on right now. And all these things are playing out through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because what? The end must come. Prophecies must be fulfilled. The scriptures tell you that his word does not go out void, right? So everything that we're seeing in real life, real time manifestation goes back to the scriptures, all right? Let me jump and get real quick a little bit of this article from the UK news. This is UK news, but it's Russia Today published it. Basically, Jeremy Corbyn, right, leader of Labor leader Jeremy Corbyn, basically calls out the U.S. It says Corbyn calls on UK government to stand up to the belligerent actions of the U.S. after assassination of Iran's chief Soleimani, right? So, like I said, you have these allies of the U.S. Coming against her, basically, side-eyeing her, saying, "What the hell are you doing?" right? Labor leader James Corbyn has hit out at the U.S. after they claim responsibility for the killing of Iran's Force Major General Qasem Soleimani and urged the UK government to stand up to their key Western ally. The outgoing leader warned on Friday that Iran and the U.S. must de-escalate tensions, otherwise the Middle East will see yet more conflict that would bring further misery to the region. 17 years on from the disastrous invasion of Iraq. Right, so they still looking to clean up that Iraq mess. But the military is going to get spread thinner and thinner. But it's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that he's putting on these leaders, most notably Donald Trump, to keep pushing, man. All right? Donald Trump is that perfect lightning rod, and Yapa, the water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that this man is in office. Because he's going to bring everything that he's supposed to bring to pass. All right? Because Donald Trump don't give a damn, man. He makes shit happen, you know? Excuse my language. But he's going to make these prophecies, like I said, come at a quicker and quicker pace with him in office, all right? And he's not the one to back down, so you can understand. And that's only going to further isolate the U.S. From its allies, right? So let's keep moving. Let's go to... Let's actually get that prophecy. Let's go to the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 42. It says, as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. All right. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of man, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. In the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. So this tells you what time period the clay and iron not mixing, what time period this would occur. It would occur in this period, because these leaders, speaking about these kings in verse 44 of Daniel, the 2nd chapter, is dealing with the leaders of these different countries, right? But it says, and in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. That's an everlasting kingdom of Israel, Yasharallah. All right, you true Israelites out there, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and also you speckled bird Israelites that take hold of this gospel, that believe in this word, that call on the name of Yahweh Shai, that may look like other heathen nations, right? But in these times, right, that the Most High is setting up that everlasting kingdom, and he's doing it right now. So that's why you got the divisiveness. That's why you got the allies of the U.S. Pretty much looking at them like what's going on. The only article that I've seen with an ally backing them is the fraudulent nation of Israel over there, right? Which they always back them. It says, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Right. So this is what's going to happen. All right. And this cuts also salvation being for everybody. That kingdom that is speaking of is speaking about the kingdom of the nation of Israel. Right. The same kingdom that was asked about in the first couple chapters of Acts. When is the kingdom coming back to Israel? So that's what's going on right now. So the prophecies leading up to that is the iron and the clay not mixing. All right. The EU, right, and the US being on different pages, so you can understand. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's get this right here, and then we'll end it off. Let's go to the book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is making things happen, all right, through these leaders of these different nations and kingdoms. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So you got Iran right now talking mad, basically puffing up his chest, talking mad rhetoric right now about retaliation. And the spirit of Yahweh Bashem is going to really put that the emotion in them to carry out their threats. So you can understand, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yahweh Shaphat, which, goes to the decisions. All right. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So the Middle East is never going to be peace over there until the true people, all right, gets put back in that land through the salvation of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, period. That's when you're going to see a peaceful, joyous earth again. In that time and in that day, during that everlasting kingdom that we just read about in the book of Daniel. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Right. So this is going to escalate. All right. To a certain point. A lot of it will be saber. How do they put it? Saber rattling. Okay. But something most obviously is going to come out of this. It has to come out of this. Because when we look at the prophecies and we look at World War III being a main staple, when we look at the mark of the beast, which is going to be the implantable chip being a main staple, you got one that has to come before the other. It can't be an all-out, knockdown, drawn out a war to destroy without the implementation of the mark of the beast, which is right around the corner. So I just want to give a couple scriptures to you. I hope this was edifying to certain individuals. I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and shalom to the next lesson.